Hello world, welcome to my Java tutorial series. In this video, we will cover the essential string methods such as length, contains, indexOf, substring, equals ignore case, and there will be a few challenges. So for this series, I'll be mostly using an online Java compiler. I'll just search for online Java compiler, but feel free to use any IDE of your choice. Okay, so we'll start with the length first. Yeah, I mean, most of the times we get confused. Is it length? Is it size? Is it even a method or a property? So in case of Java strings, length is a method. So as a tradition, we'll start with the hello world. I'll just copy this here and I'll remove the existing code in this IDE. I've pasted it. Okay, so I'll take another variable, length, maybe, and let's find the length of this greeting. So as I mentioned, length is a method. So greeting.length, and we'll need to call it with parentheses. So this will return us the length of this greeting. Now I'll need to print it out. So I'll just do system.out.println. Println. It's ln and length of string is maybe length. Let's run it. So I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 11. As expected, it has returned 11. So the length of string is 11. This is fairly simple. We don't need to do anything else. It's just the string variable and we operate length method on it. So that's it. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is contents. So contents is basically used to check if a particular string contains the given input. Maybe let's say we have this comment, love your Java tutorials, and we want to find if it contains Java. So as the name suggests, it will basically return us true or false. It will check if that particular text or characters are part of the input string. So let's test it out this as well. I just copied the entire code and I'll keep this print statement. So I'll need to format it. Okay. So let's test it out. Since Java is part of the string, it should return true. I'm just running this. Yeah, as expected, it has written true. But as we know, the contents is case sensitive. So if I do this as a lowercase j, so most probably, I mean, it should return false. So I'll just do print it out. Yeah, as expected, it has written false. Now, if I change it to uppercase j again, and it will return true as expected. So contains just basically checks the presence of the given input in the string. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is indexOf. IndexOf is basically used to find the position of a given character or text in the string. So if there exists the particular character or text in the string, it will return the index of that character. But if it doesn't exist, it will return -1. So let's test it out as well. I'll just copy it. And, okay, let's format it. Yeah. Okay. So as we know, we want to find out the index of add character. So which is at the position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7th position. So I have just taken a variable at position and we are using index of method to find the index of this at character. So I'll just print it out, run it. As expected, it has returned a 7. Now, okay, let's try something which is not part of this string. Maybe I just want to search for, let's say, a dollar sign, which is not part of this string. So it should return -1. Yeah, as expected, it has returned us the -1. So this method will basically return the position if it exists, and if not, it will return us -1. That's it for the index of. Now let's move on to the substring. So substring is one of the most frequently used methods, and it has two ways. So either we can pass the start and end, or either we just pass the start. So we'll start with the start one. So this is fairly simple. We just need to Okay, let's try with an example itself. Okay, let's use the same string. Now, since we are using this substring, uh, I want to find this domain part. Since this was seventh, so the domain part starts from the eighth index. As we know, I'll just do System.out.println. Okay, no issues. I'll just take a string domain equal to email dot substring, and I'll just pass the index which I wanted to substring from. And here, in this case, it's 8. Since we know at character is at the seventh position, so this one definitely starts from the eighth index. So we'll just do this, and we don't want to like. Okay, so I'll just do domain, and let's write as expected. It has provided a string starting from this eighth position until the end. Since we don't pass end, it will automatically count it as end. And now let's try another way, which was the username one. So for this, I'll just copy paste this particular code. I'll comment this one. Okay, so we want to extract the username part. Since it is at seventh position, but the whatever we pass as an end parameter, it is not included, it's excluded one. So start one is included, but the end one is excluded. So for this, if we want to extract the first six characters, we'll need to actually pass 7. Let's test it out. As expected, it has written a script on. That's it. Now let's check the equals. So basically equals is, as the name suggests, it checks if two strings are equals. I mean, for primitives, we generally used to do equals, the equal sign operator, but that is not case in case, that is not the case with the strings. For strings, maybe I'll take this one and I'll take string email to equal to, I'll just copy paste the same content. Even though the contents are same, it will hold another reference. And that's what sometimes makes the equals sign unpredictable. So most of the times it returns false. Sometimes it might return true, but that is unpredictable. So the better way to check the equality is using the equals method. So maybe I'll take a boolean r equal, and I'll just check email dot equals. I'll just pass the email to. Now this will check the equality of the values, not the differences. So in this case, it should return true since the emails are identically same. It has same values. So I'll just do system.out.println, and let's find if they are equal. Let's run it. As expected, since the contents are same, it has returned as true. And there is another way we can check the equality. I mean, here we have the same cases, but if I have one with uppercase and another one with lowercase, so this will basically fail. So in that case, we have another method called equals ignore case. So I'll just call that one as well, equals ignore case. This will basically ignore the case sensitivity. Yeah, and as expected, this has normalized both the strings. It has converted it into same form and checked if they are equal or not. And as expected, these are the equal strings, so it has returned as true. Now let's go to the challenges. So the first one is we'll have to extract a month, year, and date from the given string. Let's do this. It's fairly simple since we just have to use the substring. I have one string called date, and I want to extract the first 4 characters from this. So it starts at 0, 1, 2, 3. So basically, we'll need to pass 4 here. As expected, it has written as 2026 in the first one. Okay, I'll need to print it out as well. System.out.println date. Maybe let's call it as year. I'll just copy it two more times. Okay, so this is month and this is day. Technically it's okay, let's call it day. Date is already defined there, so better we call it day. So as expected, this has returned us year as 2026, starting from 0th index till the 4th index, which is excluded. So it's basically 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now, same case with month. We started from the 5th index, which is this one, and excluding the 7th index. So it basically counts 0 and 1. And for the date, so we can even skip this one as well. So let's try this with just 8. As expected, we didn't pass the end parameter and it has automatically inferred it as the end. So we got year as 2026, month as 01, and day as 12th. Now let's try another one. Okay, so this one we have already done. Now one more challenge for you. So we have a string called file path uploads photo 2026 underscore krypton.jpg. So you just have to find the extension, which is JPEG in this case. So I'll just explain the approach here and you'll have to solve this. So first of all, we'll need to find the position of the dot using the indexOf method. And after that, it's fairly simple. You just have to use the substring on that particular position and you'll get the valid extension. Since we know the extensions are mostly, extensions are at the end of the file name. So you don't need to pass end parameter. Just substring on that particular dot will do the job. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.